The Supreme Court has ruled that the Trump administration can deport migrants to third countries with limited notice and due process for now. Justice Sonia Sotomayor issued a sharp dissent, writing in part the court's majority was, quote, rewarding lawlessness. Let's bring in immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez. Good to see you, my friend.
Good morning.
All right, so what are the implications of this ruling?
Well, this ruling by the Supreme Court pauses and suspends a lower court order that had prevented the Trump administration from deporting migrants to third countries, meaning nations that are not their own, without limited and significant due process. The judge in that case in Massachusetts had required the administration to, one, tell detainees where they were going, which third country they were going to be deported to, and also to give them a meaningful opportunity to contest their deportation by saying that they are scared of going to that country and that they want to be interviewed by a U.S. asylum officer. And that order had prevented the deportation of 8 men with criminal records to South Sudan who were from countries like Vietnam and Myanmar and Mexico even. They're currently in a U.S. military base in Djibouti, Vlad. So this could pave the way for the administration to continue those deportations to third countries, and again, to do so with limited due process and notice.
So explain to the audience what this deal with El Salvador entails, which allows the United States to deport criminals, alleged criminals, to that country.
Well, back in March, the U.S. deported more than 200 alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador, and that country in Central America imprisoned them at that notorious mega prison known as Secot, which is infamous in that country, and they have been held there incommunicado effectively since then, with no access to counsel or to calls with relatives or friends. We have not received any proof of life officially for these men, and the administration has argued that they are all terrorists, criminals, and gang members. But a 60 Minutes report actually found that we could not find 75% of them to have criminal records. And so that is really important to note. But this order by the Supreme Court could potentially allow the administration to carry out more third country deportations to countries like El Salvador.
There's something else you're following with as it relates to the Department of Homeland Security and what Kristi Noem is saying about how the federal government is going to operate mass detention centers.
Yes, so just to level set, ICE has been ramping up operations to arrest undocumented immigrants across the country. Right now, ICE is averaging about 1,200 daily arrests. That is up from about 660 during the first 100 days of the second Trump administration. So there has been a significant increase in arrests, but the agency is running out of space to detain people while they await deportation. And now states like Florida are offering them detention facilities, including one in the Everglades that state officials are dubbing Alligator Alcatraz, because the state attorney general is saying that the only way to escape is to fight snakes and alligators in those treacherous lands.
Wow, disturbing. All right, Camilo Montoya-Galvez, thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate you as always.